What up? Whoever that is.
Hi, Ben.
Hello, hold on. We did some lighting work yesterday, kind of. That's not good. Am I in?
You're in.
Okay. Okay. I got my MTL gear on. Is that okay?
I noticed that.
Like this dude, this young guy is really into old people websites. Yeah.
You had a key word in that statement, young guy.
Yeah, I don't know about that actually. That's a good point. I'm glad you picked up on that. That is no longer the truth.
Okay, good. I think it's better if you can see, the shirt.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so I just want to do a little check here. So I'm going to close out. I got a million windows open. Hey, Kels. So I'm going to close out of all of those.
Guys, all using your panelist link and everything. I'm so proud of you. Sarah says Sarah, not Kelsey today. We don't have any attendees yet, so we are good to go. I guess I'll turn on my video just so you guys can see me for right now.
Hi. Hello.
Hey.
Okay, Sarah is Sarah, Kelsey is Kelsey, Ben is Ben. Woo. We're already off to a better start than yesterday.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so now
Kelsey, are you in your office?
I am.
I forgot how big and lovely that office is.
Oh, it is pretty spacious. I am lucky.
You are.
With all my little things taped to the wall. I'm not a great decorator, clearly. Okay, Ben, it looks like you're thinking, which is sometimes a worrisome for me.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Also something we should be worried about.
I feel like I could say that because I don't directly report to you. Like Kelsey probably can't get away with saying that as easily.
Oh, you would be surprised with what Kelsey gets away with. You'd be very surprised with what Kelsey gets away with. I remember, I can't remember in what context it was, but it's like, where'd my screen go? Oh shit, where'd it go? Oh no, where'd you guys go? Crap, I don't want to have this happen. So why did you just punt me off?
You're on.
We see your screen.
What we can see, yeah.
I know, but I don't see you guys anymore, which I was seeing a second ago, and I was seeing yesterday.
Is it on another screen?
No, that's a thing. Shit.
This is why we have 15 minutes.
There we go. Okay.
Oh,
We have to move that because we can, I can see me on your screen.
Yeah.
You couldn't yesterday, though.
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
So Sarah, what I mean? So sorry, you say you had to move that. It's in the same place it was yesterday. And you're saying today you're seeing it. Yesterday you were not seeing it, correct?
Correct.
So that is unusual because there must be something different because I am doing the same thing I did before.
Okay. Try it again. Try to share your screen again now. Do you see our faces?
I don't.
Okay. We don't see them either.
Well, yeah, so now you do, though.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Can you move them to a different screen? I hate that it reverses my face, too.
Yeah, I agree. So now, are you okay now?
Yeah, I can't see it.
Okay. It's it's going to have me looking a little bit to my right, but every once in a while. But I think that's okay. Mostly, I'm looking at. If I'm talking right now, I'm looking at camera. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I have. So what do? Okay. I want to have. I don't care about this. So I want to have MTL. I want to have this site. Now the question: are you seeing my little tabs here on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, ideally, I would switch that. It's just hard for. Okay. So if I do this, and I do this, and I do this.
So Cassidy, look at me for a second while Ben's adjusting.
Mhm.
Am I looking straight at camera?
Yes.
Now am I?
You're looking like the camera is up just a hair.
Okay. Thank you.
Kelsey, do you want to practice?
That's actually the best light configuration, correct?
I think yeah. I like that you can see the MyTrilogyLife.
Okay. So now I
What do
can
I need
look
to-
here, be looking at this, and I just need to share. I need to share this screen instead. Okay. All right. So now you're seeing MyTrilogyLife.com, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I want to have MTL up.
Yeah. Do you mind going to Lake Norman though to start, Ben?
Good. That's a good call.
Because I know their bulletins are safe.
Okay. And then I'm gonna. Can I have multiple? I can have multiple windows open at the same time, right? What I may do is go into more fun stuff. Go into Club Connect. Okay. And everyone thinks it's better. It is better when it's at the higher resolution, like when I blow it up, right? Making it okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's no way to shut off the up next screen, is there?
Have you been watching swimming movies or videos?
No, that doesn't make any sense. That one doesn't make any. I looked at tennis court measurements because I was talking to Ian at Tahala yesterday about building a court.
Okay.
Golf makes some sense. Like the Murph thing makes some sense.
Totally.
White boy dropping unbelievable freestyle rap. I mean, that's pretty much just know me. But I don't know. Yeah, some of this doesn't really make any sense. Top Gun 2 that's a winner. They hit their mark there. Okay.
Is this what video you're gonna play to begin with?
I would like to. I love you. See.
Wait, is this the Bravates one?
No, this is Pickleball Dan. Sometimes we call it.
Oh yeah, I've seen Pickleball Dan.
There's a new one, by the way. We can't show it yet, but
Who? Where? Can you give me the scoop?
it's one of yours.
Mine. Who is it? Is it the Ocala Weaver thing?
Yes,
Huh.
which is pretty awesome.
That is sweet. I'm stoked for it.
I think we have a couple guests on, don't we, Cassidy?
We do have a guest. So I'm gonna.
Hello, guest.
Hi there.
How are you
Hello.
doing? Can you?
No, she's.
Is that? I think Becky. Was that her talking, or was that someone pretending to be Becky?
I think that was Cassidy.
Yeah, she can't talk.
Oh.
No.
Becky, I hope you can
Yes.
actually talk. You apparently can't talk on this. So, and I hope you're having a great day and excited. And sorry, you're kind of seeing all the machinations as we prepare for this. But oh, look at that! You got Lori coming on and Steve. Look at all kinds of
Lori's
Okay.
just excited that she doesn't have to lead it this time.
All right. Well, look, we better get to business mode. So
Yeah.
it's business time, people.
I'm
I'm gonna put on a couple films and we'll get this thing going. But you're seeing the correct screen, everybody. Our last little kind of audio video check. We're good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see yours.
My name is Marion Summers. I live in Cantera, and I have been here for 6.5 years. I never dreamed of living in a golf course community. I don't golf, number one. So I was very reluctant. I thought, I just don't belong here. Drove in the gates and it's like, oh my gosh, I think I should turn around and go home. This place is too fancy for me. And my daughter was with me. We went and had a glass of wine, looked around like, oh, this is pretty nice. Let's go look at the models. I knew that my mother was going to come with me, so I didn't have the time to build. I found this house online. It was awesome. I came by, my son-in-law came with me, and I bought it. I did have a lot of anxiety and reluctant to move here because I didn't feel like I would fit in with a typical couples thing going on. I'm single. I had my mother to look after and take care of. I'm an artist all through and through. The very first thing I did after I moved here is I built this amazing studio to paint in. In spite of the fact that I was reluctant to move here, I found it to be a wonderful, engaging, supportive community in every way. I have found that there are lots of other single, professional, educated, smart, talented women. I say women mostly because I mostly hang out with women as a single person. It has turned out to be absolutely unbelievable place to live. I am a little bit more reclusive maybe than some. I don't go out and play cards, and I don't play tennis, and I don't golf. I don't do those kinds of things. But I have found myself to be very accepted among the community, and I've made some wonderful friendships. I think living in the community has just changed my world completely. As a single person, it's really important to have that support around you, knowing that there are people who can help you out when you need help. It's really amazing. I've never lived in a community like this before, and it's really proven itself to be a very good choice for me. My social life has picked up so much that my art is suffering because I don't spend as much time in my studio because there's such a wonderful group of people in here, always doing fun things with them. Living here has brought me so many opportunities that I never would have had. Opportunities to take part in things that I wouldn't have, to make friends with people that I wouldn't have known. It's just brought me a lot of comfort. I'm 70 years old, and it's important to enjoy every single moment of every day. And I think living here does that.
I love Marion. She's my favorite. I just think she is so great. So those of you who might be on a little bit early, so you're in the right place, and we are going to speak about MyTrilogyLife and Club Connect, our nationwide live stream program. We're going to get started at the top of the hour. So we just have a couple films from the documentary series we do about our members that we'll show in advance. And like I say, we'll get started right at the top of the hour. So you are in the right place. It's good to have everybody on, and we're looking forward to getting getting into MTL and Club Connect in just a few minutes. So hopefully one more film here and then we'll dive in.
My name is Dan Warner. I'm from the Chicago area, at least 30 some odd years of it. Before that, I was raised in the Boston area. And after quite a while in Chicago, my wife decided that she wanted me to retire. And I know I had these wonderful images of what retirement was supposed to be. But man, I'm just not ready. Many of us here, we're not ready to act out something called retirement. We are engaged in the process of life, and that's what this place gives us, is the opportunity to participate fully. You know, my favorite thing about pickleball is that I get to meet some really incredible people. Yes, I'm active physically, and I have a need to be physically active. And pickleball, as it turned out when I met it 4 or 5 years ago, gave me everything I wanted. It's the perfect sport for many of us. But mainly, I think I just like the people, the camaraderie. It's almost by rule, you're supposed to have fun, and they take that seriously. A lot of people who come here to play pickleball have never even picked up a paddle or a racket in their life. They've never played tennis. They've never played racquetball or badminton or squash, all of those. But they just have a need to move. And I would highly encourage everybody, if you've got a need, you can see it, you can feel it, then go after it. Living happier to me means that there's a tremendous number of opportunities for people to participate in interesting things that they would never have done before. Here at Trilogy, there are all kinds of people with wonderful backgrounds who are sharing their knowledge or would love to have you share your knowledge. And it would be such a great opportunity. This place just is an open door for you to teach or share or learn. For me personally, I'm a teacher by nature. I'm a teacher. That's what I am. And I've taught many things in my life. Pickleball is simply a detail for me. So I'm enjoying the blazes out of being able to teach, communicate, help people get involved in a wonderful sport. And it is my weekly joy. I just love doing it. So everything about this place encourages us to continue to experiment with life opportunities and to do things that we like to do and expand our horizons. So from the point of view of living happier, oh boy, this is quite a place. But I can assure you from my experience and everybody that I talk to, there is no one way to retire. Your image, the imagination that you've had about what retirement might mean, does not mean that you're going to stop living fully. And living fully is what Trilogy is all about. I would almost suggest set aside your concept of retirement and come and have a great living life, because that is retirement. It has nothing to do with stopping. It has everything to do with continuing, contributing, and just enjoying the moment of life.
Sarah, I love Pickleball Dan too. These are so great. For our participants that are on, we hired an independent filmmaker a couple of years ago to come in and do a docu-series. Originally, we thought maybe we would do one or two of these on some members who just have these really incredible stories that are out there. And anyway, it's 2 years later. He's now done probably a half dozen of these. He's got more. He just sent us the first draft of one he's going to be launching here in the next few weeks about a group down in, I think it's Orlando, right? Is it Orlando or Ocala that do, they weave blankets from recyclable grocery bags to donate to the homeless community there. Anyway. I think it's been I'm super excited that we brought him in, and he just does such a great job of capturing these stories. So for those of you who, we're filling up pretty quickly here. So by my clock, we're a minute short of the top of the hour. So I'm going to do one last little technical thing, which hopefully goes smoothly. And I should be able to, I'm going to have my team nod that they can see this. Thank you. And I'll go into the kind of housekeeping here in, like I said, I'm about a minute short of the top of the hour, and we'll get going just a few seconds after the top of the hour. Got all kinds of folks on. We have a Debbie and a Deborah. We have a Diane and Paul. We have another Diane. We have a Donna, a Doris. We got Mean Gene. Got some Jeffs on. Holy cow. Yeah, we are filling up. So I'm really glad everyone's joining. I got two Sues and a Susan and a Suwani. Look at us. So, okay, we have a few, but I can see them kind of coming in right now. So give them just a couple more seconds and then we'll get started. Okay, so welcome everyone. My name is Ben Kaiholtz. I work with the Blue Star Resort and Golf team. We are the hospitality partner for Trilogy. So our company was formed about 15 years ago expressly to create the lifestyle experiences within the Trilogy community. So if you think about, how a community comes to be, there's the portion where, they kind of find the great place, they decide to start building on it. There's that component. Then there are the people that help deliver the amazing homes. That's a component that some of you all are interacting with right now as you learn more about the communities. And ultimately, once you move in, you spend a lot of time with our team, the Blue Star Resort and Golf team, and we help to execute the lifestyle. I'm joined today by two of my longtime colleagues. One is Sarah Rainey. She is our National Director of Lifestyle. You can see her waving now. So Sarah has been with us for about 10 years, and she has worked both at one of the communities as well as here in our office. We're coming to you from Arizona today. And then I'm also joined by Kelsey Cooper. Kelsey's going to wave now. Kelsey is our MyTrilogyLife.com editor-in-chief, which is kind of a role that includes overseeing and administering the site. She plays kind of a de facto ombudsman role. So she kind of makes sure it operates as it tends to and maintains its, it's of the members, for the members, by the members. So she kind of keeps that moving and has really been a great addition to our team. She came on about 5 years ago and has just really brought an exceptional perspective to what we do. So we're going to talk a little bit more to Kelsey in a second. As I see more and more folks coming in, all of you all hopefully are seeing me and hearing me okay. If for any reason you are not, the best way for you to along the way, if you have any question related to a technical or just the content, we are using the question and answer function within Zoom. So I could actually see, I've got two screens. If I look to my left, I just want to pay attention to the questions and answers. That's what I'm doing. I see some people typing in questions and answers. So if you do have one along the way, feel free to ask those. We do have some colleagues on that are available to answer some of those questions. And if it's something that either myself or Kelsey or Sarah should answer on the actual broadcast, we'll do that. So I think that's most of the housekeeping. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we are going to start today by introducing you to the members only website platform that we created the first version about 15 years ago and launched the most recent version, which has been really, really well accepted about 4 years ago now. So this is MyTrilogyLife.com, which is kind of your homepage for our community experience. So if you think about, I guess it's a combination of USA Today, Microsoft Outlook, Facebook, and your classic cruise captain's letter experience. So most of our members will start their day by going into MyTrilogyLife.com to see what's going on. They can connect with fellow members. They can see what's happening by the events calendar. It's kind of a connective tissue for all the things that are happening. And if you think about the kind of the old tactile version of this, might be the the area at the YMCA or the club that had all the push pins with the construction paper sheets with all the things that are happening. We've just gone to a spot where we have communities that have, hundreds of events happening each week. And so you really need something both from our side as the group that tries to facilitate the lifestyle, and then from the member side, someone who wants to experience it. It just moves so quickly that we needed to have this online hub that was really kind of expressly built for Trilogy's needs. Which, speaking of, I think that's a really key component of the story of MyTrilogyLife.com, which is that there are off-the-shelf versions of websites that kind of are somewhat designed to meet community needs like ours. Those did not really get to the level of execution we were looking for when we were trying to create this very distinct, unique to Trilogy lifestyle experience. So we went fully custom. We worked with a group that had done work for Microsoft, TELUS, Google over the course of time, and said, hey, look, we need to create something that is specifically suited to how our members want to experience the communities in Trilogy. And by the time we had done the most recent version, we had 15 years of data to help inform that. And we also used, obviously, consulted the members, had focus groups, et cetera, have them kind of help guide us in what they thought would be best. And of course, we wanted to create something that worked on all platforms. So desktop, tablet, mobile, and even in the most recent iteration, we have interactive touchscreen kiosks within each of the club environments. In addition to what members can pull, which we're going to go through in just a second here, Kelsey's going to be our guide as we go through one of the communities. You can pull, members can pull, sorry, when I say member, I mean owners within our communities. That's the language we use. So once you move in, we reference our homeowners as members. I should say homeowners to be more specific, but if you hear me say member, that's what I'm referencing. So when our members have basically two choices, right? You can go in and pull the content. So I'm going to log in and I'm going to go into MyTrilogyLife.com and I'm going to explore around. But then we also push content. So for example, each week, most communities do at least one, mostly two newsletters. Typically one goes on, say, a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and it's a preview of the events that are going to be happening over the next week to 2 weeks. And then a Friday edition of a newsletter, which is more like, it's got info. It's almost like a little like a quasi newspaper for the community. So it's got a combination of events. Maybe some of our department heads are providing updates on what's happening, whether it's, here are our specials within the restaurant, here's what's happening within fitness, et cetera, excuse me. In addition to that, we obviously have, kind of some ad hoc needs. So we do special announcements for events, community updates, messages from the general manager, and more. And then one of the new features that people really seem to love is what we call the daily digest. And I mentioned that captain's letter earlier, but what we have is automatically each morning at 6 a.m. directly into your email inbox, you get what's called the daily digest, which is a combination of the announcements from the community and then all the events that are happening that day and the next day, all that can be clicked on with a single click if you want to register or mark yourself interested or just even learn more about it. So it really is just kind of in the palm of your hands. It's simple. There's no fluff. It's just a list of all the things that are happening with links to go and do them if you want to do them. This has been really, really well received by the members. So Look, I think the best way to go through, I mean, there's a million pages within the website, so we're not going to, I will, just as a heads up, we're not going to go through all of those. But the best way for us to kind of experience this, I think, is just to explore the site itself. So Kelsey, I think you've unmuted yourself and you're coming in. So I'm going to go into the live site and you're going to be our tour guide. Does that work?
Yeah, sounds good. So Ben has gone into MyTrilogyLife.com. This is the homepage of the website that our members will see when they log in every day. There's a ton of stuff on here, and really the homepage is sort of all of the key things you're going to want to know about what's going on in the community that day. So yeah, across the top, we've got a couple of different navigation items. We have an hours section, a full member directory, a link to the MyTrilogyLife shop, a contact section. So if you want to sort of pare down the member directory to sort of your key contacts, you can add them there. Quick links to all of the amenity pages. And then you've got your sort of profile information after that. And then down below, you've got events, broadcasts, bulletins, which is sort of the community's own bulletin board, news, community details, member-led club information, and then more fun stuff, which includes all of the info about our national programs that are applicable to all Trilogy communities nationwide. Yeah, thanks, Ben. So you can see we have all our programs here, things like Afterburn, which is sort of our fitness program and a specialty class that we do. Barrel Masters, our wine program, Club Connect, which you're going to learn a little bit about more in a couple minutes. Gate, our national walking challenge, which is kicking off here in November, and some of our travel programs and other fun stuff. Back to the homepage. You can go there. So on the homepage, you have a quick selection of upcoming events. So this can actually be a little bit customized to the things that you like to see. So Ben, do you want to quickly go over sort of what your interests are that you've set in your profile and how those filter up onto the homepage?
Yeah, it's interesting. So, you know, this is pulling from these four kind of featured events are pulling from obviously a large events calendar, which we'll go in a second. But I have said in my profile that I want to learn about wine, I enjoy fitness, and I like games. So it clearly has said, oh, okay, well, this person's into wine. So it gave me what's going on for Barrel Masters. I'm into fitness. So it promoted this member-led club event, which is the cycling club for the road bike ride. And then it added trivia. And then it gave me a live stream for the cocktail demo. So this would change. I think if I click refresh, I bet you I would, which I will do right now. I bet you I get a slightly different version of that. I do. Yep. And see, I still get happier hour. I get pickleball clinic. I get the cocktail demo. So this is custom suited to my interests. And then if I want to view them all, I can just view all, which we'll do in a second.
Yep. So then down below that, we have the bulletin section, which is a way for members to sort of converse with one another within MTL. It's available to members only. So there's no sort of outside folks on the bulletin board starting conversations. This is truly Trilogy member to Trilogy member. As you can see, we have a couple of different sections here, many of which are local to, we're currently in the Trilogy Lake Norman MTL. So a couple of these sections are local to just Trilogy Lake Norman members. And then we do have a national bulletin board where members can interact with Trilogy members from other communities across the country. So yeah, we can see you have the local board, and then if you click into national, you can see all of the bulletins where members from other communities can post things, interact with one another. You can sort of see on there, it shows which communities the members posting from. So you've got a bunch of different communities on there. And then below.
Oh, I'm gonna go all the way back to home, Kel. Sorry about that.
It's all right. And then below that, you've got your news section. So on the left-hand side, you have club news. So this is posted by the resort club team. And on the right-hand side, in most cases, you would have HOA updates. This particular community doesn't utilize MTL for their HOA information, but some of our communities do. So for the most part, you'll see both sides of the screen will have recent updates on there. And then down at the bottom, you have the announcement section. So these are kind of just quick hit things that our team thinks are important for the members to see and read about. So it's kind of like our way to sort of filter things up to the homepage for you. These announcements are also included on the daily digest that Ben mentioned earlier. So in addition to the full list of that day's events, you'll see these announcements there as well.
Well, I think Kels, I mean, this is great. Let's talk about events. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
that's what we want to showcase that. And I think the event calendar does so many things so well. So I'm going to go ahead in and you tell me what we should be sharing to kind of give them a sense of, you know, how they might start their day or how they might kind of think through using the community.
Yeah, so actually, Ben, I'm going to have you switch over to the Encanterra community.
Okay.
I saw a question come through from someone asking if the events are different at every community, and the answer is yes. So I just want to switch over to a different community to kind of show you some of the different things that might be going on there. So this is our Encanterra community in Arizona. So if you go back to the events calendar, we can take a look at what that looks like. So when you go into the events calendar, you'll see a full list of all of the events happening in the community with everything from member-led club events to fitness classes, restaurant information in some cases, lifestyle events, pretty much anything going on at the club or in the community will be on this calendar. You can click into any one for additional details. Ben, do you want to click into one of the space reservation events and kind of quickly talk about how we've utilized the events calendar as sort of a way to regulate how many people are in certain spaces during these unusual times?
Well, I kind of lost focus with this caramel tres leches cake, but yes, I will go back because that is right. I think that's a really good example of how we're handling what's going on right now. So I'm going to use the gym. Is that okay? Or how about the lap pool?
There we go.
The lap pool. So this is interesting because we have, so those of you who maybe are in Arizona, you're aware that we have some restrictions as it relates to how we're able to safely and compliantly deliver our lifestyle experience. So most of the things we do are now by reservation. So what we've done for our lap pool, for example, which you can see here has the 4 laps, what we've done is created essentially reservation times for every 45 minutes where members can get on and register that, and they just choose from one of the 4 lanes. So for example, from 3:30 to 4:15 p.m., you may select lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, or lane 4, and that is the inventory that's available. So for example, today I was just noticing that of the 52 available spots, so 13 different shifts and 4 lanes, 31 people have registered for one of those. But it's a really great way. We had to pivot, you know, when we had some of these restrictions come into place, but ultimately I think it's putting us in a better spot. People know what to expect. They know they're safe. They know they have an environment that's specific to them. They have an assigned lane. There's no locker room pressure. I think it's been a really good way to handle that. So I'm glad you brought that up, Kels.
Thanks. So a couple of other things to point out about the events calendar is members will have the ability to register online for events, as Ben sort of went through with the pool reservations, but fitness classes you can register for online, lifestyle events, in a lot of cases, member-led club events as well. And it's really pretty easy. Ben's gonna kind of go through that here. You'll just click register. You'll choose the ticket type that you would like to choose for the event. Some might have more than one, others like this one just have one. So he would choose his event. He has the ability to pay online with his member account for this event. So he'll agree to that, hit continue, and he should be good to go. Although I think this event may have already started.
Oh. I grabbed it right at the one that's like happening right now. So yeah. That's funny. So yeah, I should have picked an event that's in the future. That would have been a smarter thing to do.
That's okay. But another thing to point out is in addition to local events, which Sarah and Ben are going to talk about here in a little bit, is we have started to do a bunch of national live stream events. So each of our clubs are hosting national live stream events pretty much every day, where one community will host an event and all of the other members at other communities are able to log into that event. So Ben is filtered to show just the upcoming live streams that we have coming up in the next week or so. So if you are interested or members are interested in joining a live stream event, they would be able to just filter by the national events, click into that event, find the link to that live stream, and tune in from wherever they are, which is really great.
It's real. I mean, there are a million things we could go through here, Kels. I mean, you can do a calendar view. You can sort a million different ways. You can actually print this out, you know, kind of hang on the fridge, which you can do by doing here. But I think the gist of it is, you know, if you're looking at one, you know, is there an easy way to find out what's going on? The answer is yes. And then furthermore, is there a way where I can kind of suit those to my specific interests? The answer is
Yeah.
yes there too. I can sort with all these ways. And actually, kind of speaking of my own interests, I bet you would like to go to clubs next.
Yes, I think clubs is one of the best sections for new members to go, especially to kind of find other like-minded people and, you know, other members who have similar interests to you. So I'm going to do another switch to another community here, Ben. So if you don't mind going to Trilogy at Monarch Dunes in California, they have a bunch of great clubs, as do all of our communities. One quick thing is our communities don't all have the same type of clubs. So each community has their own unique listing of clubs, which vary by community. So to see any community specific clubs, they would go to this club section on MTL and see the full list of sort of official member-led clubs. There are some groups that do meet and sort of congregate within our communities that may not be sort of official clubs, but a lot of times that information is usually posted to the bulletin section. So there's always a way to find other people who are similar to you that are going to make for great friends. So as you can see, there's a full list of clubs here. Ben, if you want to find the Trilogy art group, they have a great club page that has a bunch of information on it. And we can kind of just quickly go through what those club pages sort of look like. So
I'm into ping pong people, but okay. I will.
Oh, I mean, if you want to go to ping pong, we can go to ping pong.
No, I like art group. I think the art is, it's beautiful. Some of the stuff they do is amazing. So I won't let my own love of ping pong get in the way.
Perfect. Well, each club page is going to have their club leader there listed, and they can show which information they would like to share. So Mrs. Fields here is showing her email address and her phone number. So if anyone were to be interested in that club to join, they could reach out to Mrs. Fields to sort of learn more about it, or there is an interested button over on the right-hand side. So if someone was interested in a club and kind of wanted to stay up to date with that club, they could hit that interested button and they'll get email updates anytime the club leader who manages these pages updates something. And then down below in the description section is where you can learn all about sort of what the club is doing and what they're all about. So they have been very active during, again, these unusual times. So they have kind of provided an update here with all of the art that their members have been posting or creating during this time, which is sort of fun. And then down below that, they just have sort of their regular information, basic details about their club. So you can look through any of the club pages to sort of learn more about that club. And if it's something that you think is of interest to you and you would like to join, you would be more than welcome to.
And then it's interesting. I like how the setup here is, you know, I've kind of, there's so much to talk about, Kels, that I know I'm kind of scrolling faster than you can chat. But it's got, you know, all of the things you need to administer a club effectively, because look, there are, you know, there's dozens of members and they usually have like a committee or a board that forms each year. So the site facilitates that. And then it also allows them to connect directly into their events, right? So when they want to, when they have something coming up, like it looks like this morning they did work on botanical illustrations, the basics of sketching. They've got a light and dark coming, so they can connect those events right into their club page. So it's a really, you know, ideally we're just creating a platform for members to connect with one another, and member-led clubs is really one of the best ways to do that, right? So I'm interested in something, I've already have other people who are interested, or I want to start one on my own. If I want to start one on my own, I can just create my own club. I can be the club leader, which happens, obviously. That's how we get to lots of these clubs. I move in and, oh, I'm into art, or I'm into cycling, or I'm into cigar, or, you know, whatever it is. And you can find kind of an immediate peer group, almost like, you know, when you go to college for the first time, right? So,
definitely.
So, Kels, you were dancing on something that I actually wanted to bring our friend, before our friend Sarah in on, which when I was in the events calendars, I started to see something about these live streams and broadcasts. So what I would like to do is, one, I want to tell people how they can get into MyTrilogyLife if they want to explore on their own. And then I want to make sure that we give Sarah an opportunity to share what we do with Club Connect. So to the first point, so Sarah, just before you come on, I want to let all of our participants know that one of the things we want you to be able to do is kind of peek behind the curtain of the communities and understand what's happening. So if you have a community of interest, one you've been thinking about and saying, hey, look, you know, am I going to be able to find people who are like me? Am I going to, you know, have events or things that apply to me? All you need to do is go to MyTrilogyLife.com, just like I did here, MyTrilogyLife.com. You can request guest access right here, a simple click. It just fills in your name, your email, your current zip code, and the community you're into. And you can even say you're not sure, but I'm going to say I'm really into the Polo Club and that I've visited there before. I click submit, and I instantly have credentials for me to go in and explore that site. So if you're looking at Polo Club, or you've been looking at Monarch Dunes or Lake Norman or Vistancia, I could use these credentials right now to go in and explore the site on my own. And you could get a real sense for, hey, you know, what happens in these communities, what's going on, et cetera. So I hope people take the opportunity to do that. It's a great way to kind of, again, get a peek behind the curtain of what community life is really like. So Kelsey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's so great to have you on. And Sarah, not the smoothest segue ever, but that's okay. You know, we're not,
all right.
This isn't the Today Show, so we're okay. Let's get you in on Club Connect. This is one of my favorite programs as well.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. And I've been answering a lot of the questions. So Kelsey's going to take over question at answering from me. And Ben and I are going to share a little bit about a program. And we do have a lot of passion, as I think you've been able to see so far, whether it's our communication tool or Club Connect. And this has really been a powerful tool for us recently more than ever. But this is a proprietary program, and we've actually found a need to be able to connect all of our Trilogy communities because we have such a vast variety of homeowners that live with us. And we just want to make sure that we're able to connect everyone and feel great about it. So, excuse me. This always happens whenever you get put on stage first. And so
I'm going to run and bring you a water, Sarah. So I'm going off camera right there.
I'm good. Thanks.
Okay.
So when we talk about Club Connect, we can talk about why we feel it's really important. And we've been actually doing this program now for about 7 years. So I want to say that practice makes perfect for us. Because we have technology that not only provides for us to live stream this information out to our homeowners, or we also have the ability to record it and keep it in a library on demand, which Ben is actually bringing up for you here. You can see that over the course of time, we were actually, I don't want to say ahead of the curve on COVID because we weren't, but we were able to bring in some really talented, helpful individuals that could help us understand, you know, what was COVID and what we needed to do. And at the same time, you know, we also program fitness classes that are taking place in our clubs, but we also live stream them and record them so that people can participate at home. And again, if we're recording that content, the great thing about it is if you missed that class or couldn't make it right at that time, you can go back and watch it from the comfort of your own home, which is a really great feature. And we also carry that information here on our broadcast page. And again, over the past few months, we have really begun to leverage this, and it's been accepted more widely by our homeowners. And we have, we have programs. And Ben, if you can stop for just a second on.
Sorry, yeah, no, I'm sorry, Sarah. I get excited.
I know, it's okay. But Craft Beer Week is a Trilogy-wide program that we run it twice a year, actually. And here's where you can see what some of our clubs actually did to help keep it fun and light for our members, whether it was through beer trivia. We had some local, in San Luis Obispo at the Monarch Club, we had a gentleman come in and do a brewery demonstration. We made cocktails with beer. We had a home brewer come in actually at the Polo Club. We've got some online culinary demos as well. So we try to keep it light and fun and engaging. And then also on this page, we catalog our content, not only by some of our national brands like Dr. Amy and Dr. Sophie work for us. Again, going back up a little bit under the fitness.
Yeah, this is great. I think it is really great to show. I mean, Craft Beer Week is super fun, but we also have this really great focus on fitness setup too, right?
Yep. And we actually do focus on fitness every single August. So that also is a national program that we bring to you. And we were able to, again, execute it through Club Connect and just join all of our communities. So we had a lot of great programs that came out of Ocala, where we had some of our fitness leaders there that were talking to us. We know how hot CBD oil is. And so we had one of our specialists there. So it's not only just for specialists, it's for our club to execute and communicate out. But then we also have the ability for our member-led clubs, which I know you and Kelsey were talking a lot about. And we actually had quite a few questions about that. And Kelsey touched on, there are member-led clubs that are all over, and every single location has different clubs, but they're also utilizing this technology to stay connected. But again, we also put everything on this page under specific communities. But what's great is no matter where you are in our ecosystem of trilogies, you all have access to this information. So that's really where the Club Connect really comes from, is one community can connect to another community through this execution of live streaming and recording. So we find that to be really, really well utilized.
Yeah, I mean, just to accentuate that. So yeah, when they're happening in real time, anyone anywhere can just sort their calendar and go in and participate in real time. And then there's also this kind of like Trilogy TV on demand, right? So, you want to go in there later and check it out, which Sarah, it's really amazing. Both the kind of volume and the diversity and the quality of the different programs. I'm sure you got some favorites you want to show, but I've been kind of going around the site and there's just so much good stuff. So where do you want to take me though?
Well, give me just as, one of the reasons why we felt this program was so important is because we just have the ability now to reach everybody with richer, deeper content. And, over the last several months, we've done 1,500 sessions here. And that's an average of 5 per day, which, it doesn't sound like much until you start to go down the recordings list. But let's go to Trilogy Verde River, if you don't mind. That happens to be here in Arizona.
Well, I think, Sarah, just to accentuate that, there was a time when a lot of us were kind of, stuck in our homes, and to have a menu of 5 things a day to kind of just say, hey, look, well, maybe I'll learn about bruschetta chicken stuffed avocado. That sounds pretty good. Or maybe I will build the definitive home bar, or maybe I'll heal my body with plants. And just, obviously to get to 1,500, there's 1,500 different versions of this. It's a really neat opportunity. I bet you. Okay. I know where you're going, because I like this one too. I won't steal your thunder.
So one of the things that we found, and again, it's important for our audience today to understand, we get a lot of our ideas from our homeowners and things that they want to get involved in. But we had a little session that we did called Conquer Your Clutter Part 2, Ben.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if we want to show the video just from a content perspective, but this is a local business person, a family-run business, and she and I just connected on a bunch of different things, but she really came to life with our Trilogy members, and really, I think we had over 500 views in one day on this particular thing called Conquering Your Clutter, because many of us were kind of locked in our homes, and we decided this is a great time to not only clean up our kitchen, but clean out our closets and just try to help our community overall. So, we continually work on ways to keep our homeowners happier and healthier. And we just found that this Club Connect system has really brought us to a new level. So I guess in closing, I'm just so excited that, in each of our communities, we've really embraced this, and we've just been able to show more than ever.
And I think, Sarah, I can see some questions coming in, and the question I've seen a couple times is, hey, can I see this before I move in? So the quick answer to that is yes. So
Absolutely.
There are 2 ways. One, if you do the guest user we showed earlier for MTL, that is an option. Another option is we've created a link outside the password wall. So that is MyTrilogyLife.com/virtual events. So I'm going to go there right now on my screen so people can see that. So MyTrilogyLife.com/virtual-events. And we have both what's coming up. So you can see we start tomorrow. We have, it's 5 o'clock. It is 5 o'clock somewhere tomorrow. So I don't know what a killer zombie is, but it must be Halloween. We have a wine presentation on Saturday afternoon. On Monday, we've got trivia. And then like we said, whether you want to participate live and schedule something in the future, or you want to go down, we have a full catalog of what's already happened archived. So cooking demonstrations, fitness and wellness, wine and spirits, and other fun stuff. So I could just click on other fun stuff and go into any of these that I thought were interesting. So I want to do art at home, cartooning. I could watch that now. So that is, hopefully people have the opportunity to go and do that. And, you know, more than any single video or show, I think what's most impressive is, I mean, I'm trying to think of something that's not included in our content right now. And it's hard to find one. We got watercolors. We've got, I saw the Roy Rogers piece. I mean, it's really cool. So
yeah, the team has done a great job.
They really have.
Yeah.
So I think, okay, I know we also got another one, which I'll answer this question. These virtual events cost money, even if it's not. So no, no, they don't cost money. So you just, when you get in as a member, you just click in and you want to participate, you participate. I mean, we've done, when we've really tried to push the envelope during the pandemic, where we've done like simulcast wine dinners. So like we will do a menu, we will prep it all for takeout. You reserve it in advance. You drive up to the club. You would pick up all of your food as well as your bottle of red, bottle of white, go back to your home and tune in. And we would have the chef explaining the food and the vineyard explaining the wine. So the, you know, the simulcast portion of that is free, but obviously we have a price for the food and the wine, but you get to have a kind of modified wine dinner. So we've really tried to figure out ways to kind of flex this to be as, you know, reflective of what we can do along the way.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I think I've got there are some other questions in. Okay, I want to make sure someone asked if you could only see these if you buy a house. Just want to say again, so there are two options. One, you could sign up for guest access within My Trilogy Life, or you could go to mytrilogylife.com/virtual events. So we would love to have you live all of your days in Trilogy, living healthier and happier and longer and among friends. But in between now and then, if you would like to just enjoy making American cocktails or summer mocktails or French martinis. I must be in the cocktail section. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of booze.
You're definitely in the cocktail section.
I'm in the cocktail section. You could, let me get some, oh, there we go. Hormone health. That's a little more, that seems a little more nutritious. Okay. Yeah. Mediterranean diet. You can do that before you move in. And the question I've seen come in is this on the Trilogy website as well? Yeah. So you can go to, if you go to shayholmes.com and go into the Trilogy section, there are links to get to these places. So that is a good hub to start on for that question.
That's a great place. I guess in closing, you know, Ben, the thing that we're, again, 7 years into this and it just continues to grow. So I have had a lot of members ask me, is live streaming going to go away once all of our clubs kind of get back to normal operating? And the answer is no. We have really found a niche here and we are reaching more people than ever, more homeowners than ever. So this is a way of the future for us. And we will continue to just deliver great programming for our homeowners, and the team again has done a really great job. So thanks for having me today. I really appreciate it, Ben. Thank you.
No, hey, Sarah, you did such a great job. And look, I'm glad you said that this is, you know, look, we didn't do 1,500 live streams last year, you know, but we did 1,500 this year. But we're not going, I don't see a way where we return to, you know, the somewhat lower volume we were doing before. We'll end up in between. I mean, people, now that we're doing, you know, I'm looking here, this, you know, what role does Medicare play? You know, all these cooking demonstrations, like this is content people really enjoy, you know, whether they're, you know, constrained to being on live stream or not. So no, I mean, there's a home for this for quite some time, which there's a, you know, obviously there's a home for us doing these things live as well, but I'm really pleased to see it. So I'm going to watch the question board a little bit here. Oh, we got a bunch of questions. People are answering them while I'm talking, which that's probably a good strategy. So I think, though, I will watch the question board a little bit more. Okay, so for all of our guests that are in attendance, one, I really appreciate you all making time and giving us your attention. I should have said at the beginning, full disclosure, you know, you're talking to 3 true believers. We really love what we do. Like we really have been blessed to see the power of what these communities can be come to life. You know, we've seen members just really fall in love with the experience of living there, and it does affect us. So we probably are, you know, I don't know, we get excited about it and we get excited about talking about it. And, you know, we try to tell you everything all at one time, and that's not really what it's about. It's just about you finding a place that feels good for you, and we'll be here when you're ready for us. But I hope if you are seriously considering the communities, that you do continue to kind of take the next steps to learning more, whether that's getting your complimentary guest access to MyTrilogyLife, or booking your tour appointment, our completely safe COVID compliant tours of the communities now, because at least do yourself the service of understanding what the options are out there, because it's a really tremendous opportunity to live the kind of longest, healthiest, happiest version of your life. And we play a small role in that. Our members, you know, the people who live there are really what make the communities. But anyhow, I won't go on more other than to say that I'm really excited to have you all on, and we hope to see more and more of you over the course of time. So Sarah and Kelsey, I'll look for a nod in case I forgot something. But otherwise, thank you, everyone. And we will hang out for a few minutes I'll put one more film up, one more of our docuseries up for people to watch. And we'll stay on the Q&A board in case some questions and answers come up for anybody who'd like to stay on. So thank you, everyone. And again, we hope to see you at our community soon. And I'm going to pick a film. So lots of good ones to go. Let's see here. I'm going to do, what's a favorite here? One of my favorite playlists. Oh, this is a good one. Well, this is right on theme. Why wait? Okay. Bye, guys.
We didn't want to spend our retirement money just trying to live. We wanted to be able to travel and do other things. So we started looking around. We went to different communities, 55 and over. Every vacation was a possible destination for retirement. Wherever we landed was going to be our forever home. And I think we're here.
So we went to Charlotte, we went to Washington, D.C., Atlanta, New Orleans, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, Phoenix, Sacramento, San Francisco. Stumbled across a community called Monarch Dunes, which was a Shea Homes Trilogy community on the central coast of California. Now, that community did not fit our retirement criteria because it was nowhere near an NBA team at that time, nor was it close to an international airport, which was also part of our bucket list checkoff, if you will. But what we did do was fell in love with the lifestyle that existed there. The community was loving and caring. People waved at us when we walked through the community, which was amazing. Maybe this is what we need to be looking at. So we started specifically looking at Trilogy communities throughout the country.
We discovered there was a whole nother life out there. It's not like, you know, some people think that retirement is just going to be, oh my goodness, I'm just bored or I have nothing to do. But we discovered something totally different as we were looking around.
We were going to my wife's family reunion in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I said, hey, why don't we fly to Orlando? Because there's a Trilogy community in Orlando, and we can check that out, which we did. And the minute we drove through the gate to the main clubhouse here in Orlando, we were just amazed at this property. When we look back at the checklist that we created for our retirement, this was the place that checked off every single box on that list. Our neighbors moved in 2 weeks after we did. Within about 3 days, and literally 3 days, we felt like we were long lost brothers and sisters. That doesn't happen everywhere. That doesn't happen every day, but it happened here.
Our marriage has grown even deeper since we've been at Trilogy. because it affords us the opportunity to spend more time together, doing things together. We do exercise classes together. We do outreaches together.
I mean, we look at every day as an opportunity, and we enjoy life together.
My name is Marion Summers.
I'm gonna do. Oh no. One more film, so I'm still answering questions.
Prior to getting in shape, I would say that I had a very, very bad lifestyle. Grazing for food, eating all day long. I was morbidly obese. I was working 7 days a week and on average 12 hours a day. So we were talking 80 to 90 hours a week. It was very sedentary. I had heart issues. I had a diabetic leg infection where I almost lost my left leg. I had to have cardioversion, which is basically a kickstart of the system. It's like a cold boot of a computer. And that made me realize that I had to change something or I was going to die. My name is Kevin Wallach. I am a Trilogy member here at Lake Frederick, and I am living a happier, healthier life. Trilogy coming onto the scene was the most critical aspect in my wellness journey. And it's largely because I met the trainers, and those trainers have taken me from curling a soup can to being able to lift 386 pounds.
I've known Kevin since I started working here originally. He was one of the first people I met as a member, and I've since become one of his trainers. Kevin inspires me through his consistency and dedication, and when he's at a later point in life and he continues to want to improve, every aspect of his life, not only his fitness, but every other area as well. So he is someone I often point to other clients, the dedication and consistency that it takes to successfully make a health transformation such as his.
Here at the Wellness Department, we encourage our members to be the healthiest that they could be, the best versions of themselves, and live happier.
What the Trilogy Wellness Program has given me is the opportunity to move. It's allowed me to integrate what I do in the gym with that which I do outside the gym and live a fuller life. Things like climbing higher heights at Machu Picchu, walking all the trails at Wazoo Falls, walking on land in Antarctica, and scuba diving.
As a result of Kevin's dedication to his fitness journey and commitment to health, I just see him becoming more confident, wanting to conquer more challenges and take on more adventures in his life.
I try to encourage my neighbors and friends who are willing to ask me the questions about how to improve their lifestyles to just look into the Trilogy Wellness programs and make use of them, because they give them the programs, but they have to use them to get better.
It's never too late to get fit. It's never too late to start moving. It's never too late to learn more about nutrition and become a better version of yourself.
Just because we're getting older, just because we're retired, doesn't mean we have to stop living.
All right, everyone, thank you. I'm gonna type one more answer here. And we're going to take off. Thank you, everyone. Okay, let's see here.